Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Alright guys, so today I just got a comparison to show you between integer scaling and lossless scaling. So for a couple of days, I've been trying out different softwares and features on this device to see which one could elevate my gaming experience by a lot or even by a little bit, right? So I've been trying out integer scaling and lossless scaling. I mean, not together, but I've been trying them individually to see if either or would give me like a better experience or which one I think is better. So I'm just going to give you a little comparison between both of them right now, and then you can see what's going on, right? So first, I'm going to show you integer scaling, all right? So first thing, integer scaling been out for a couple months now, right? But how you want to set it up is you want to make sure on your space settings, you want to make sure you're on 1600p. Then you want to go into the AMD software app and you want to go to display, or you could go to the game by itself and set it just for that game, but you want to go in here. Then you want to turn GPU scaling on, and right here you should see integer scaling. All right, so now that you have that on, you could boot up the game. All right guys, so I'm gonna be doing this test with the first Descendant. All right, so if you go to the settings first, you got to change some stuff, right, to make sure it's working properly. You want to make sure it's in full screen, and you want to put it at 800p, because how it works is you're gonna be integer scaling, gonna be upscaling 800p to your system display. So that's why I say you got to change your system display to 1600. So it should give you a boost in quality up from 800 to 1600p on your device, right? All right, so my graphics settings, I got everything on medium. All this right here is going to be the same when I'm doing the test with lossless scaling as well, so you guys can see like the differences. Only major difference you're gonna see is like the screen resolution, because with lossless scaling it doesn't work with certain type of screen ratio, aspect ratio. So but when I get to that, I'll show you that in a minute, right? All right, so the upscaling, it looks good, doesn't look that bad, you get me, but you can still tell that the resolution is kind of low, right? The FPS is up there. I'm getting like 30, around average around like 37, 40 around there. So with integer scaling is mainly about your visual fidelity. That's mainly what it's for, right? But it's not bad. Gameplay smooth as well. So I see the big difference. I see the difference in the quality. And I'm about to die. It's smooth as well, but it's still dropping around like 30, and I'm not using FSR or anything like that, right? So I turned FSR off. I'll show you that in a minute as well. So I just wanted to give you like a true gameplay if there wasn't FSR or anything like that on your system. So you average around like 30, 34, and it's on 800p. No FSR 3, anything in there. So it's just integer scaling by itself. So you could tell the difference in like how the visuals and everything look, and the experience is good. So if you're playing any game and there's no FSR built in or AMD upscaling and type of upscaling built in, integer scaling is definitely good, and you can use it for that, right? Because your quality does look way better than if you was to just play on just 800p raw without upscaling it. If you look here, performance, see it's off, so I didn't have it on, so FSR is off. All right, so now for lossless scaling, you got to change the display again because it doesn't work with full screen, regular full screen. You have to put it on borderless Windows mode, right? Hit keep, and there you go. Now see, it saves at 800p, and my display is also on 800p. Right, so in this case, you do not have to play 800p with lossless scaling, but I'm just doing it so that it's an even comparison, right? Because the best way to play this game, I would say, is put it on 1200p, and that's the sweet spot. And even if you have FSR 3 on too, even better sweet spot right there. But if you run FSR 3 with lossless scaling, that is not going to be a good mixture, right? Because you're going to be seeing a lot of ghosting. I tried it and it's not worth it. So it's either lossless scaling or FSR 3. You cannot use both of them together. You would have a very agonizing experience playing it like that. So either or FSR 3 or lossless scaling. But this comparison is going to be between integer scaling and lossless scaling, right? So 800p screen resolution on 800p too, So there's no upscaling right here, not on this device. I'll be using the lossless scaling to do the upscaling. So same settings as before. Now let's activate lossless scaling. Swipe up here, LS1, and then LSFG 2.1, and then the new one that just came out a couple weeks ago, X3. That's supposed to triple your FPS, right? So upscale and go back to the game. Alright, so top right, you'll see the FPS tracker, 134 I'm getting right now, but I'm not even moving or nothing. Alright, so off rip, 800p looks similar. No big difference between integer scaling. But I do see, because we're now upscaling to 1600p, I do see a little, not crazy difference, but I do see a little bit of difference, right? I'm getting the more FPS because lossless scaling boosts your FPS. Integer scaling do not boost your FPS, but it does give you, it still give you a upscaling, as you can see when I showed you the LSF 2.1, right? That is also Upscaler, which is built into lossless scaling, so you could upscale it and also boost your FPS as well if you do not have any FSR built into the game, right? So that's basically what I'm showing you guys right now. Gameplay is still smooth. I mean, it is going to be smoother because it's also boosting FPS on here as well. But the graphics and how it looks here is just 800p raw and giving you a lot of FPS on top of it. But as I said before, it do still boost your quality once you set the upscaling mode as well and lossless scaling. So as I said, it's up to you, but integer scaling, I would go with that depending on what you're looking for, right? If you're looking for a little bit better quality, I would go to integer scaling because you're boosting it, as I said before, from 800 to 1600. Here it's just 800p and you're getting some FPS on top of it. It's not upscaling to any other screen resolution. But as I said before, the upscaler is also built into lossless scaling, but it's not upscaling it to the 1600p as I said before, but your quality is still better. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you're looking for FPS, go with lossless scaling, guys. That's basically it. And if you're looking for a quality boost, go with integer scaling. But either one, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with either one. And it's not only for this game, because this game also got FSR 3 built in. So if you ever playing a game with no FSR built into it, then you could go with either one of them. Alright, and that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. Just to give you a quick rundown between both of these softwares and Upscaler. And thanks for tuning in, guys. And remember to always say, health is wealth, peace and love. I'm out, guys.